I like to play Temple Run on the shitter.
Welcome to another virtual memory, and I have a third recurring guest, Sowhart. He is in the building. He is right.
I just keep coming back. I always do.
I ask him to come back. He makes very nice jelly beans.
Yeah.
It's addictive. Anyway, you told me over the Twitters that you had some various stories that you'd like to tell, and from what I heard, you've got a list going.
Yeah, I've got about, as I said, 9 or 10 different gaming franchise. Well, some of them are just specifically games. Some are franchises in general. I wanted to talk about like my first times playing them and how I got into them and how I became the fan of those that I am today. You know, to sum the topic up.
Yeah. So let's get started then. What's on your first?
Well, I did write them down in an order that I kind of wanted to talk about them. To start, I had to put Spyro first because that was how gaming became everything. Without Spyro, I wouldn't be the gamer I am today. How old was I now, actually? I can't exactly remember how old I was when I got Spyro for the first time, but I remember specifically on that one birthday. I think it was my birthday or it was over Christmas. I opened up that present. There was the PS1. Glorious box right there. And there was also a copy of Spyro 2. So Spyro 2 being the first ever game that I ever had. Ever. And that was what introduced me into gaming. I was shit at it as well. As natural, because I had no fucking idea what I was doing. I was just some purple dragon who was running around beating the shit out of things.
Yeah.
And it took me about, I'd say about many, many years until I actually managed to beat Spyro 2. And then in that time I had got the first game and the third game. And I don't know, I guess from there, like, I just became this, like, big Spyro nut. Although at the same time I never could be asked to 100% them as a kid.
They are massive games though. It's even today, like if you said to me like complete Spyro 1, I would hesitate a bit. It's like
it's like no. I wouldn't find it that hard to 100% the games now, but
yeah.
I find that Spyro 1 is a bit repetitive to 100%. Because it's get gems, get dragon, get egg if there is one, exit level, go to the next one, rinse, repeat. And I think the second and third games improved that majorly with what you had to do to 100% the game. It felt better.
Yeah, it's because they were in the second and third game. You had to undergo little mini tasks to get orbs and the eggs in the third game, and it felt like less repetitive, like you say, because
you had more engaging characters and environments rather than just here's a level, just go in, do whatever the fuck you need to do and get out.
Yeah, exactly. The only character interaction you got in the first game was when you freed a dragon. He said some shit, then he vanished.
Thank you for releasing me.
Yeah, and it's
that.
and that's
over and over and over and over again.
Always
that always got a bit dumb. But as a kid, I never could. It's specifically with Spyro 1 because I did end up. I think I first beat Spyro 3 100%. I religiously beat that 100% on my first go because it felt great playing that game. But all the time with Spyro 1, I just couldn't be asked to 100% it, and I always found myself cheating to Nasty Nork.
You could cheat there?
Yep, there was cheats in the game.
Shit, I didn't know.
It was just minor crap like go to all worlds and tat like that. So I never actually knew what it felt like to get 100%, because I always would beat Nasty Nork, and then beat that other dragon, they'd be like, come back here when you get 100% to go to Nasty's loot. Fast forward to 2012, that was the first time I ever beat Spyro 100% on my old channel for a Let's Play, and that was the first time ever going to Nasty's loot, and it wasn't worth it, in my opinion.
No, it's not.
It's just rinse and repeat, get gems again. So, I kind of, with my experience with Spyro, I started in the middle where it was good.
Yeah.
And then Spyro 3 improved it.
Yeah.
And then Spyro 1 is like, first attempt, it's all good, but
Well, I can understand that, because you started from the middle, and I bet if you started from the beginning, perhaps you would have felt a bit different.
Yeah.
I mean, Spyro 1 set the foundation, and 2 and 3 improved on what
it's like
they built.
It's like Catacross with him going 3, 2, 1. But instead of like 2, 3, 1. Some of these franchises are kind of similar to that, actually, for me. But with Spyro, I later went on, in a few years onwards, when Enter the Dragonfly was a thing. I remember playing that at an after-school club, and I did not want to touch it again.
Yeah, what a shame.
I feel sorry for those people who love that game as their childhood, and I'm just like, I see comments sometimes saying because even do you know who Jacksepticeye is?
Yeah, I know who
he
is.
started playing Spyro 3, which is quite cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the comments are cringy on that, to be honest, because you're all these kids who have no idea who these characters are, and it's like, But I saw one person say, Spyro Into the Dragonfly was my childhood, and I was like, you poor soul. Because that game was just...
It's not good.
It's not good.
It's
broken. There's one boss, and you can glitch to the boss in 5 minutes.
Yeah. The whole game is so broken.
Hero's Tale was really fun.
Hero's Tale was made very well. It was nicely done. It was Traveller's Tales who made that, isn't it? They're pretty good.
That was a pretty fun game. I didn't like... There were some characters in it I didn't like. Maybe you can guess one of them.
Well, there's a couple I didn't like. There was, actually, there's a fair few I didn't like. You're going to have to help me out here.
One of them was a dragon.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
You're talking about that pink one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Amy Rose.
She's annoying.
Amy the Dragon Lady.
She's very annoying.
But I kind of like that, the bit where she's like, don't go to the swamp, you'll never see me again. You go to the swamp, you come back, and she's just gone.
Yeah.
She's gone for the entire game, you never see her again. It's like, well, good riddance.
Thought you weren't lying.
She literally was the stereotype.
Yeah. She really was.
Still a pretty fun game, though. I really liked it. I need to get it again.
I didn't understand why they changed Moneybags into
a stereotype.
Yeah, another
stereotype.
Because he was the British butler who loved his money, but now he's a bizarre, Middle Eastern sale clerk.
Let's not forget another character, Sparks, and the first line you hear from him when he speaks.
No, that didn't happen.
Small dark holes. Presses.
Fucking. He didn't need to speak. Why did they give him a damn voice?
I don't like the Hero's Tale voice, if I'm honest. Yeah, because of that line. Then you have the Legend of... Did you play the Legend of Spyro series?
I played the first one, yeah, and I got to the end. I played it, and I guess I don't know. I missed the other two. I just assumed it ended. I didn't know there were sequels.
The third one is the best out of those three, if I'm honest.
Really?
Yeah, the third one's the best. As a kid, I think I was around 10 when the Legend of Spyro series was in circulation, maybe a bit older. I actually got New Beginning and Eternal Night on one Christmas.
Oh.
The same Christmas because I really wanted them, and I remember enjoying all three of them. Well, the first two because I didn't have the third at the time, but I remember enjoying them too. They were both relatively the same, in terms of gameplay. And apparently the second one slightly improved it in some way, but I remember having so much trouble playing that. And then the third one came along and blew my guts away. Because it was, that was when, I think, Sierra merged with Activision.
Ah, right.
And then Activision made the third one, and they did a really good job of it. It was like, the graphics were amazing. Like, Hunter was back in it, you could fly. It was like the end of the series. Then Skylanders happened, you know. But I haven't touched Skylanders yet, so I can't really have much of a say.
Nah.
But flash forward to recent times, I recently, the YouTuber TL Game Master, who did Let's Plays on the Legend of Spyro series, I was like, oh, that's cool, I think I'll watch this again. And then I sat there thinking, what? Oh my god. Like, I now saw, like, the faults, especially with Into the Eternal Night. Looking back at it now, that game is pointless. You don't need that game at all.
Yeah.
Because it's just... I don't really get why they decided to, like, do it, but... lots of the game was unnecessary. And unnecessarily long as well.
Yeah, I hear that.
Because there's a part where you'd probably scream your guts off, and Teal did as well for this bit. I'll try and sum this down from what I remember. But at this point in the game, Spyro knows how to fly.
Okay.
And there's a bit when you're kidnapped and you're on like this flying boat thing. Mm-hmm. And sort of like an arena where you're forced to do some like arena battles.
Yeah.
And then sort of like the fleet of ships start getting attacked. Cinder then gets kidnapped again and flies away because she was the villain of the first game, but then turns out she's just like you, and then she's sort of good and you're unsure if she's good and evil, so she's like gets kidnapped a lot, so like Peach. But not so much. But she's a badass, Cinder is. So for the longest time on that section, because it's really long, longer than I ever remembered it to be, you're just like traveling across these boats, trying to like get away, and then you fight a boss. It's a really painful kind of platforming segment, and it goes on for ages. You beat the boss, and then have a guess what happens next.
You know what? Tell me. Because I can be here forever.
Spyro just flies away.
Wait, but...
When he could have done that anyway.
Why didn't... Oh dear.
Yeah.
That's a problem. That's a huge problem. Didn't anybody at the storyboard go, hang on a minute guys, there's a bit of inconsistency here?
Yeah. It's like a massive like dumb kind of moment. Even Tio like was like, why are you flying now?
God, that's. I'm gonna look for that scene when we're done with this. I'm gonna look for that. I'm gonna.
It's dumb. It is really dumb.
God's sake.
But I actually recently discovered that I actually think the Game Boy version of that game is the best version.
There's a Game Boy version. Yeah,
I didn't know. I was going on a holiday once, and I decided to just download a lot of GBA games. It's like, there's this. I'll give it a chance, and it was really good. It had unique bosses, which is something the PS2 version had a problem with because most of the bosses were reskins of the bosses in the first game. There were unique combos in the Game Boy Advance version, and they also cut out all the bullshit sections from the console version, so you don't have a 2 million hour long ship section. It's like a 5 minute long platforming moment, and then you're done. The final world is like a mini boss, then the final boss, and it was pretty enjoyable compared to what hell the PS2 version was like.
Well, you could have just left it at that compared to hell.
Yeah, compared to health. But, yeah, it was a bit meh, the console version. But so you only played the first one out of 3?
I only assumed there was only one. I didn't know there were sequels, but I do now. So I'm going to look into that now.
You have A New Beginning, The Eternal Night, and Dawn of the Dragon. Those 3 are pretty. The third one's the best.
Yeah,
it's massively better than the 2, but that's kind of it for Spyro, I guess. I think I shall move on to the next one.
All right then.
I think the next one on the list is Crash Bandicoot.
Of course.
I thought I'd mix the 2 up.
Yeah.
Bit relevant as well because Crash is back.
Yeah, he is. He actually is. It's shocking.
In Skylanders. I mean, I still don't know what to make of that, to be fair. Just Crash in Skylanders. It can work, but I'm not too fussed.
Yeah, I hear you. It's like, yeah, I get you. It's like you know about it, you appreciate it, but it's not really on your agenda. It's kind of like, oh, look at that. Anyway, sort of thing.
It's like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it alone. just leave it be. I don't really remember how I got Crash Bandicoot first. Like, that's something that I'm still trying to remember, but I can't really remember how I got it. But I do remember that Crash Bandicoot Warped was the first one I ever played. And the first thing that actually comes to mind was because I used to watch my dad and my brother play it all the time in the living room. You know how, like, sometimes you get the warp room kind of cutscenes where, like someone's, like, say, Cortex or a boss's head would start floating and talking to you?
Yeah.
They used to scare me as a kid. So I'd, like, hide behind the door until I'd quit. But now, though, it's just like, why was I scared by this?
Yeah, I go through the same thing. You know, you revisit stuff you were afraid of. It's like, what was wrong with me?
Yeah.
This isn't scary at all.
It's dumb. There's not really lots. I think Spyro was the bigger franchise for me over Crash. Because I have less to talk about Crash Bandicoot, to be honest. Because Crash 3, I grew up with the most. I love that game. I love the. I know it like the back of my hand. I'm really confident with that game, and I think I could do a good Let's Play on it or a good playthrough if I wanted to, which I will be doing soon.
Yeah.
On the Nevezine Zone.
Nevezine.
Which is Super Game is the reboot of the Super Game Fanatics, which Super Game Fanatics was the boot of Casually Gaming. Yeah. There's lots of name changes.
It's the reboot.
Reboot. But hopefully it sticks with this original channel name, because this one's actually original. Because
I do like the name of the channel. When I first saw it, I was like, that's actually not bad. Rolls off the tongue. It's good.
We wanted to call it something different from Nevezine, but then I can't remember what it was called, but we Googled it just to make sure it didn't exist, and it was apparently like a drug. So we changed it up a bit to Nevezine.
It's like, whoops.
Like, oh no, let's just do something else. Just change it up a little bit. Yeah. So I'd like to do Crash Bandicoot on Nevezine Zone eventually. But yeah, Crash 3 was like the game that I cherished. I loved it a lot. Didn't play 2 and 1 until like a few years ago, actually. I played 2 on emulator, but I never actually owned them physically, so I'm not counting those. But so I kind of went up. I went from Crash 3, then I did Wrath of Cortex, which I just feel like Wrath of Cortex is Crash 3 without the... It's basically Crash 3 without the charm of Crash 3.
Yeah.
It's not as good, but it's still enjoyable, and I'm being cool. Back in a moment.
No problem.
I just feel like Crash 4 was Crash 3 without the charm.
Yeah.
It was still enjoyable, but I didn't really play it much. I kind of like played it, didn't come back to it for a while. I beat it eventually, but...
Yeah, I get you. I played it as well, and yeah, it wasn't as good, was it?
I didn't know the voice actor of Biff was in it, though.
Fucking Biff. Yeah, that took me for a surprise when I heard about that.
I think I think I heard that in a Caligula's video thing, actually.
Really?
I think. I can't remember. But I think my favourite Crash Bandicoot experience comes next with Crash Twinsanity.
Twinsanity was the fucking bomb, dude.
Yeah, I love that game a lot. While it's good, it's a shame that like most of the content was cut from it. It's still
I know, right?
vastly enjoyable.
Oh, go on.
You go first.
Sure.
You've hardly spoken.
No, it's fine. But I was about to say I only found out recently about the cut content.
Yeah.
Because I was interested in doing a bit of research on Crash after the remasters were announced. And yeah, there was so much cut out. It was like 5 worlds and stuff. It was going to be huge.
Stuff like going to another planet, going into Coco's mind.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I would like to see like another Twinsanity type game with all the content that was like scrapped put back into it.
Yeah, seriously.
Because that would have been cool. It's still a fun game though.
Oh yeah, it's still fun for what it is, but and it doesn't feel short.
Yeah.
But when you learn that there was going to be way more, you kind of feel like, well, I'd love to see that because
it is a pretty short game, but at the same time, yeah, I do agree that it doesn't feel short, which is a good thing as well.
Yeah. It's a good length.
Yeah, it is. I'd say it's about. I think you can beat it in like 4 hours. I think.
Well, if you're
not going for 100%.
Oh yeah, because you can collect the gems, can't you?
Yeah.
100%, that bitch.
Even though even it was kind of rushed, and even though because the PS2 version's pretty glitchy as well, like there's some parts, say like near the end of the game where Evil Crash starts having a spaz in a circle motion for no reason. That it never bothered me. I still just had loads of fun playing it. And
yeah.
The soundtrack's definitely one of my more personal favourites.
Oh yeah, that was a really nice touch, turning the soundtrack a cappella. That was a fantastic choice.
It's brilliant. Getting to slide on Cortex's body to the sounds of a cappella. Grinding his nuts.
Oh goodness. Those surfing lines.
That's why Nina was made.
That's... Jeez, dude.
I mean, it's after you find Nina after that bit, so in the time of, and then Cortex disappears. So in the time of Cortex disappearing, he realizes his nuts have been chopped off and built on it. There you go, exposed.
There we go. Timeline done.
Yeah, there we go. There's your law. But so yeah, I pretty much loved Twinsanity to bits. And then, like, many years after that was when I actually managed to, like, sort of have a copy of Crash 1 and 2. I sucked at them. Crash 2 and 1 are way harder than the 3.
Oh, man, yeah. But Crash 1 is so tough.
I beat 2, but not 100%, because I couldn't get all the gems for the life of me. Cold Hard Crash. Yeah, that level.
Yeah.
Kissed me up the bum. It was alright, but it felt some things were a bit meh, especially like the final boss.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you have Crash 1, which I didn't beat.
It's so damn tough.
It's tough and bullshit and crap. No, okay, it's a decent game. I mean, some of the mechanics were bullshit, like the whole you can't die if you want to get the gem, you have to get the crates, but if you hit the first checkpoint, you can't afford to die. Kind of malarkey.
It's fucking ridiculous. There was a lot of mistakes, but they fixed it later, so it's not too bad. But it's still, it makes you think, like, was there nobody at Naughty Dog that went, isn't this a bit unfair?
I kind of hope the remasters fix.
Oh yeah.
Some of the things, and I also kind of hope that they release the 3 games in one disc.
Yeah, I'm hoping that.
You can do that now. When you got like Kingdom Hearts 2.5 and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing I'd add to the list. I'll put that at the bottom. There we go. When you got like Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5, 2.8 coming out soon, you can do that now because the Crash games aren't that big. But I mean, with the upscale graphics and the HDified.
Yeah, even if they upscale it to the max of HD, it's still not going to be very big.
Yeah.
So I imagine they will slap it onto one disc. Although we are talking about Activision, they could milk it for what it's worth, release them all separately. You never know with those men.
Yeah.
and ladies. I don't want to be sexist. But anyway.
We'll just have to hope for the best.
Yeah, but here's a thought. Do you think they're going to recreate the remasters, like, level per level, but it just looks nicer? Or they're going to tweak it a little bit so it's the same, but it's a little different and better, like they did with Abe's Odyssey?
Well, the thing with New and Tasty is just a remake. It's not a reboot like the upcoming Soulstorm game is.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah, I know. I want that all over. I think they're just, when they see HD remake, they're just remaking it. They're not. They might do the difference between HD remake and the New and Tasty route is that New and Tasty is like a ground up flesh kind of. Not flesh. It's like a ground up redo, making it for modern generation, changing things up, making slight changes, and I think it's going to be relatively the same game, with some things changed. It's like with Crash 1, some of the mechanics need to be changed, like the gang shit. I think it'll be relatively the same games, but nice looking.
Yeah.
But then again, I could be wrong.
You never know. You don't know what we're going to do.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to those, but I need a PS4.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much. Well, actually, no. I had Crash Team, the racing games as well, which
yes.
I never really beat Crash Team Racing until recently because I found it was really hard. And then it came up to recently, and I was like, this isn't that hard. Then there was Nitro Kart, which I only played through once because I thought it wasn't as good. And then I got to the final boss, beat the final boss, and then he pulled out the bullshit. You must get the relics, then race me again. I was like, "Fuck you!" I'm not gonna play this. And then Tag Team Racing happened, which I beat fully. I'm still not too sure what I'd make of Tag Team Racing. It's made by the same people who made Hit and Run, hence why the same sound effects and stuff. But I don't know, it just was too easy.
Yeah, I got a very Double Dash feel from that game, which maybe that's why they went for it. I think they came out roughly the same time. But,
it was just too easy. It was just race begin, merge with someone, kill everyone, wait until you end, and then just demerge and win. That's all you had to do for every single race.
Yeah.
And that's how you won. And it got dull. But I guess that's that for Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah. For now.
Into Virtual Memory Sowhart number 4. No, I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on, number 3 of the list.
Sweet.
Half an hour in, that's not bad.
Not bad, yeah.
We've got Rayman.
Woo!
Now, Rayman is an interesting experiences to talk about. I remember specifically not owning Rayman for quite a while. The first time I ever played it was in an after-school club. In primary school, Rayman 1. And, I had fun playing it, but at the same time, it was fucking hard.
It is very tough.
I remember, like, every time I played it, and this was the same for the other people as well, we'd always, like, some of my friends there that was there at the time, we always used that one cheat to go right to the end.
Oh, that...
Because we just wanted to fight Mr. Dark over and over and over again. I'm someone who really likes Mr. Dark as a character, even though he was portrayed pretty shittily with the final boss. You know, just, hi, I'm here, now I'm gone. You're not actually going to fight me. I really like him as a character, and I kind of want him to return. Even though, thankfully, he didn't return in Origins, because that was just a fan. So I'm kind of glad that teams he's not Mr. Dark, because that would just be a kick up the arse.
Yeah, when I finished that, I was like, that's shit. But
yeah.
Thank God, yeah, he was a follower. He wasn't the guy himself.
Just a fan.
Yeah.
Thankfully, but yeah. I kind of want Mr. Dark to come back.
Perhaps.
And actually be a proper villain.
Perhaps the third game, when they release it after Legends. Not the mobile one. That's
Adventures.
Yeah. like an actual third game, perhaps they will have Mr. Dark in that.
Hopefully. I'd love that.
Yeah. I would like them to make a third. I did enjoy Legends and Origins a lot.
The first few times I actually played the game, it took me a while to realise this, but I always thought, like... How do I explain this exactly? I always thought, the scene where you see Mr. Dark on the hill with the binoculars looking...
Oh, yeah.
Watching it, which I kind of like that. Like, Mr. Dark's always watching Rayman just for us to... as a kid, for some reason, I always thought his cloak was his mouth and the goggles were his eyes. You can kind of see it at points, like, the cape sort of resembles a mouth. It's like, what? So that was a bit weird. And then the first time I ever got to Mr. Dark, I thought he was like a Rayman. Because, I don't know why I always thought he was also a Rayman. What is the species called? Because there's other Raymen in the game, and then you never see them again ever.
I don't know. Raymans.
Because he also has like the no limbs and stuff, but then again, everyone did in that game.
Yeah, everything's got no limbs. It's just like it's fucking weird.
It took me until. Was it this channel, actually? I think it was this channel, actually, that I'm on right now to actually fully beat the game 100%. I don't want to do it again, because I had such a bad time with Space Mama on the PC version. It was bullshit, I tell you. I got hit by things that I wasn't even touching. I literally made like a replay of a part where I jump over one of her like gun things and then I die from thin air. It pissed me off. It really did.
Fucking Space Mama, dude. Jesus.
It's the worst thing ever. The game got easier after that. Because I beat Mr. Scops in like one try. And then just from there, just finished the game. Ugh, Space Mama.
Yeah, fuck Space Mama, dude.
Right in a fire. But I'm going to say this now. I'm not that much of a fan of Rayman 2.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of people say that Rayman 2 is the best, and I have to disagree with them. I never liked... I can play it fine, depending on the version. But I was never really a fan of, like, the gist. The story's fine, the characters are fine, but just the overall feel of the game got a bit shit. Because it's always, like, swampy for most of the game.
Yeah, it's very grungy, the whole game, like, because it was such a weird... Whoever thought that the first game, because it was so happy, laughy, bright colours, trippy, and the second game, it's like...
Dark, gritty, swampy.
It's directed by Tim Burton. It's fucking ridiculous.
Rayman 2. If you think about it, the title's pretty misleading.
Great Escape.
There's no Great Escape.
There is no Great Escape.
You escape... They put you in a cell where there's a breakable seal so you can escape.
It's not that great.
Then you don't end nothing else like escapes for the rest of the game. They should just call it Rayman 2.
Just leave it at that. Rayman 2.
Leave it at that because there's no escape. There's no great escape. Rayman 2, the most ported game in history, probably. I never got far. The first time I ever played Rayman 2 was the PC version. I remember going to a Netto, if those exist anymore. Do they exist?
Yeah, they're still around.
Yeah, I remember years ago, my nan and granddad used to go to a Netto a lot, and at times when I'd be with them, I'd go there with them. And one of the days I bought like a 4-pack of Rayman PC games. There was Rayman 3. From what I remember, there was Rayman 2, Rayman M, and there was something else. It wasn't a Rayman game, it was like a studio image maker kind of thing, which I never touched. And I remember having like a really kind of crappy computer at the time, but it was able to run these games because it was those kind of computers back then. But I never got anywhere in Rayman 2 because I was a little shit and didn't know what I was doing. Rayman 3, however... We'll get to that in a bit. Because, yeah, Rayman 3 is like my favourite, just so you know.
Yeah. Just to preview that.
But I never got anywhere in Rayman 2 back then. It took me years until I actually like properly picked up a copy of Rayman 2 and beat it. Funny enough, it was the DS version that I beat for the first time. Which, it was alright, I'll be honest, the DS version's alright, but I remember one night I got to the final boss and I was there for hours and hours and hours. I ended up, I was watching a live stream as well with one of my friends. There was a point when I snapped. I got so pissed off that I didn't turn the game off. I just closed the lid on the DS, so it went into sleep mode.
Yeah.
I put the DS down. I went to bed. I slept. I woke up. I opened my DS and I beat it on my first try the next day.
What the fuck, dude?
I was so relieved after that, but to this day I hate that final boss with a burning passion.
God, yeah, I agree though. It's like I never had a bad a time as that, man. That sounds really rough. Although the DS must have been harder to play on than the TV screen.
It was actually the DS version's alright to be honest, but just I hate that boss so much. Just
the boss is shit though.
Go fuck itself.
The final boss.
It's a reason why the PS1 version is probably my favourite version, because that final boss is good and it's fun. That second phase is different. It's because to anyone who's never played Rayman 2 before, the final boss in most of the versions you're in there was I'm trying to sort of explain it, but you're fighting against a robot twat in a mech who's a pansy, and he's holding on to these two poles.
Sort of. It's like pipes, poles. Something.
You're playing as Rayman flying on this bullet thing. You have to fly into a tunnel. There's two tunnels, which one of them has a power up and one doesn't. It's random, and you pick the power up, and you fly to the boss. You shoot him, then he fires rockets at you, they home on you. Eventually, the lava starts rising, and it makes it even harder to get the power up, which is the bullshit part. Come the PS1 version, it's just a, I wouldn't say it's not like a side scroller shooter in 3D. What would it be called?
Side-scroller shooter in 3D.
No, it wouldn't be side-scrolling because
it's like a shoot 'em up, isn't it?
Like a forward kind of. I don't know the term for it, but you're just in a tunnel, an endless tunnel, on the thing again. You're able to shoot him down, and it's actually a lot more fun than the other versions, and easier and forgiving. But one other thing I like about the PS1 version is how you can play a beta version of what Rayman 2 originally was going to be like.
Seriously?
Yep. If you get 90% of the lums in the game, beat the game, you get to play the first level of the original Rayman 2.
Is it notable differences?
It's like Rayman 1.
Oh.
Because Rayman 2 was going to be like Rayman 1 at first. But then they saw Crash Bandicoot and was like, yeah, we should do that.
What the?
Yeah, that's how Rayman 2 became 3D.
Oh, right.
Without Crash, there wouldn't be 3D Rayman, I guess.
Oh, wow.
But, so yeah, moving on from Razorbeard's arse. Spyro 3 Hoodlum Havoc. Rayman 3 Hoodlum Havoc is my favourite out of the trilogy. I remember having fun when I was a kid playing that. I didn't beat the game because I thought it was hard. Now it's not so hard for me because, I love the game a lot and know what I'm doing, but I just remember enjoying the charm of it and how comedic it was and how they went back to the roots of stupidity, if that's the right term.
Yeah.
Because Rayman 1 was kind of dumb.
Yeah, it was
fun.
silly.
It was silly dumb, and then Rayman 3 was kind of the same, but it was brilliant. And I prefer Rayman 3 Glowbox over 2.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because it's okay, we've got this fat chubby frog. What voice? Hi guys, I am Glowbox.
Yeah.
Fat fuck. Yeah.
They never could release the second name for the game. They would have got an R rating.
Or Glowbox the fat fuck.
Glowbox fat fuck. He found his license inside his house.
But then you got Raymond who's like, "Hi, I'm Glowbox." Just a regular good voice.
Yeah.
And it worked. It was lovable.
Yeah, it was like a oh damn, the actor was in my head for a sec. But there was a movie I watched a long time ago, and it kind of had a similar voice to that. And it was kind of the same personality too, like really nice guy, kind of a coward, stuff like that.
Rayman, it's me. I don't know. I can't do. I'm trying to get the voice. Hang on. I mean,
it's hard to do, man.
Let me try and get it.
You're gonna try again.
Hey, you turned on the light. Pretty. Yeah, I just got some weird message from someone saying you left. I'm like, what? Well, I went on their Minecraft server ages ago today. I mean, that might be why.
It's like when you just clicked. It's more like your problem than my pal.
You
just send him a dick pic.
I was just going. I'll be back on later. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
I don't know. I kind of liked the villain of Rayman 3. It was like you went from Mr. Dog to cunt to black, just a black lump. Yeah, I don't like Razorbeard.
No, Razorbeard. I just didn't like the ideas in that one.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Well, they kept some of the ideas from the second game because they kept the lums around.
Yeah.
What else was there? Was a few other things from, like they kept the swamp level from the second game. They turned.
Did they?
Yeah. There was
Oh yeah, the first level. I mostly got like a foresty level, more just like a casual forest than a swamp, really.
Yeah. Well, yeah, true.
It was nicer though. But just overall, Rayman 3 was just so much better than.
Yeah, it was amazing.
My favourite out of the 3. 2's, I mean, I can play 2, but.
Yeah, it's like you can play it, but it's not there.
Yeah.
The others take a priority.
Yeah, that's true. Then Rabbids happened.
Yeah.
I remember going into game, picking it up, was really happy to, really, really happy. Actually, no, I'm gonna rewind a little bit because this was before the Wii came out. I remember watching a Rayman 4 video. And I remember watching it and thinking, what are they using? That's a weird contraption that they're using. Why is Rayman on a table? What's going on? The Rayman 4 trailer. I'm guessing you saw that.
Oh yeah.
I had no idea what kind of console these people were using because I had no idea the Wii was coming out.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, but then I heard nothing about this Rayman 4 game. Then Rayman Rabbids came out, and I was like, oh cool, I'll go get this. Wasn't what I was expecting. It was just mini games, and I beat it in a day. On the same day of me buying it, I beat it in a day.
Jeez.
Because it's not that long, and also, I'm surprised no one's really thought of it. But I found one major plot hole in the game. Well, it's not really a plot hole. It's just a stupid, dumb moment that Rayman didn't really think of, but. Do you remember, in the game, how you have to go to the mini-games and then each day you'd get a plunger?
Mm-hmm.
And then he'd use the plunger to make a makeshift ladder upwards.
Yeah.
Rayman's arms are detachable. Well, not arms, he doesn't have arms. Hands are detachable. Okay. Why didn't Rayman just wait until he had enough plungers to climb up to the top, grab the one below him, put it above him, keep going up and escape? Obviously, because there'd be no game, but I mean...
But still.
And then the ending's terrible.
Oh, fuck that.
Go back to the place where you got kidnapped. Realise you didn't save the textureless Glowbox babies. Because those were abominations. Jump back into the hole and get stuck. Yeah.
Bloody dumb.
This is the same guy who took down, a black lum, a twat, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
This is the same hero.
I didn't touch any of the Rabbids games after that, to be honest.
No. Yeah, seriously, man, it was just... It was like a plague, and did you notice that as each Rabbit game came out, there was less and less Rayman?
Yeah, it was like the third... Wasn't like the third one, just Rayman wasn't in it at all.
Yeah, he just wasn't in it. It was just rabbits. It's like, the fuck?
Rayman? Yeah. And then you had the Rabbids games, like, specifically Rabbit games, and then... I think they've stopped making Rabbit games.
I'm so glad, because
I think they have.
It was just a shit. They reminded me of the Minions, how much I hate them. It just... Annoying, obnoxious characters, no personality to them. All they do is sit there and scream. They're not even cute. The designs are so bloody simple. And it's just... it's a fad. That's what it was. It was a crazed fad, and it was ridiculous. And then they did the same with the Minions.
Yeah. So, pretty much Rayman went dark for me. Like, under the rug. Didn't hear anything from it.
Yeah, it was gone
and
for a
then
long time.
Origins was a thing. Actually, did you know that in Rayman Legends Rabbids were going to be in it?
Were they?
Yeah. In one of the levels, apparently, but that was scrapped.
Good.
It was apparently it was like before Amiibos were made. In the trailer, they used like they used something on the gamepad, and then Rabbids appeared in the game, and I think they were going for some sort of makeshift idea with like something like Amiibos, but not quite. Because this was before Rayman Legends became multi-platform. It was going to be Wii U exclusive, yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember picking Origins up for the Wii. I've still got it actually, and I'm still not so sure what I make of Origins, because I remember watching the trailer for the first time, and it was like, okay, so it's just going to be Rayman's origin story, because that's what they were saying it up to be, and then the full game was nothing to do with that.
Yeah, it had no explanation at all.
Yeah, it was just, here's a game, go play. But I didn't 100% it because I thought it was really hard to 100%. It is tough. So I ended up at one time using a downloaded save just so I could do the Land of the Living Dead level, and that took a while as well.
That's a bitch. That is such a tough cookie.
I did find a glitch though in Rayman Origins.
Oh yeah.
On the final boss, it's not even I don't really call it a boss because it's not even much of a boss. Is really the makeshift fight the two bosses again, like Rayman 1 did, sort of.
Yeah.
They were trying to replicate that, but not so well. There's a bit where you're being chased by one of the bosses, and then the boss jumps over into the boss arena. If you jump back to where the boss was while the boss is jumping, and then the boss arena activates, you're outside the boss arena, and then you can just fall down a pit and glide your way to the exit without having to fight the two bosses.
Whoa. Holy shit.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Pointless, but, you know.
Yeah, it's neat to know.
It's just a fun little thing. And you can also, I remember you can run all the way back to the left where the boss came. You can jump off the edge and just keep falling forever. Because there's no level or, like, death boundary back there. But, Origins was okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best. It was good enough to bring Rayman back, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Legends was made, and I really like Legends. I actually 100% that. It was one of the first few games I got for Wii U. And I've still got it, actually.
Yeah.
Because it's fun.
It's good.
I tried to record it recently with some friends, but it didn't go that well. I actually did sit down and want to 100% it, because it was actually much easier to do so than Origins was.
Yeah, yeah. It was easier, wasn't it? They made it fairer. That's what it was. It wasn't easier. It was just the levels were more fair.
Yeah. I liked Barbara as a character as well.
That was a really nice introduction. Especially liked the CG trailer before it came out.
Yeah.
Because they just introduced her with this 2-minute long CGI trailer of her just like kicking ass. I really like her as well. Good character. Fits in with the franchise really nice.
It's got some good designs as well, with the different reskins.
There's so many reskins of Barbara. There's so many.
Well, they're all different characters, technically speaking, but
really,
they're all Barbara. They are all Barbara. They're the same character, but they have different names and different. Technically speaking, they're different characters, but not exactly.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Kind of like how the Teensies are. They all look the same, but they're not.
Mm. You got the golden Teensy and the goth Teensy, and Teensy this, Teensy that. I hope we get another Rayman game soon, though.
I really hope so. I hope they make a third.
Nothing was confirmed, was there, for
No
E3, which is a shame.
No Rayman stuff, which is bullshit.
Ubisoft with the Wiggles.
The Wiggles.
You saw that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I totally forgot though until you said that.
No.
Goddamn E3, Jesus.
Anyway, I think we're an hour in, and we've already passed the third one. I think I'll try and mix some of them up a bit.
Sure, man.
So,
if you can.
Well, I think I'll skip Oddworld for now.
Okay.
Because I want to get to Mario and Sonic. I'm going to mix the two together, but I want to focus on Sonic for a bit next. Happy 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
Late.
Happy 25th.
Yeah. Anyway, Sonic was a really interesting experience for me. Strange as well. I'm going to tell you how I got into Sonic. It's going to be weird. You'll probably think it's weird. It's not really, but okay. So, there was a time when, years ago when I was a kid, I'd usually go to one of my old friends was called Joe. I'd go to his house a lot and play games with him. I remember specifically one time I looked at a game as Shadow the Hedgehog. This looks interesting. I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it that time. I had no idea what Sonic was, no idea what Shadow was, what the fuck this game was. I was like, this is just cool, I like this. Come the Christmas after, the Christmas that year, I got Sonic Heroes. That was when I got a PS2, so I was like, wait a second, I recognise this character. I couldn't remember where from, though. Later I remember it was the game that I played, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's this guy again, I think I'll play as him. And I remember being absolutely shite. It's Sonic Heroes because it's Sonic Heroes. The PS2 version as well, which is apparently the worst version, from what I hear.
Yeah.
So that was an experience and a half. I quickly became a Sonic fan, relatively after that, learning what Shadow the Hedgehog was. I'll be honest, I'm actually one of the few people who actually really like Shadow the Hedgehog, but I actually understand it has problems. So I'm not some raging fanboy, I guess. I don't think it's the best game ever. It has its issues, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
For the most part. There were some parts I didn't like, but that's understandable. I'm looking at you, Lost Colony.
Fucking hell. Don't talk about that bloody...
The music's good. The music for that level was good.
Yeah. It's
the only good part.
It gave me a strange feeling when I heard that music.
Yeah.
Going through the corridors. It was an odd feeling that music gave me.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because it's a bit weird how I played the Sonic games because I'm pretty sure there was a time in between Heroes that I didn't really play much of other Sonic games because I didn't really know they existed. I wouldn't get into the classic Sonic games for another few years because I never knew they existed. I had an even weirder experience with the classic games as well because the first time I ever played classic Sonic was when I bought a what was it? The Sega Mega Drive collection on PS2.
Oh yeah.
Because my nan and granddad had a Mega Drive at one time. And I remember going to their house playing. They didn't have many games. They had this. They had a weird sports game. I think it was like a Hollywood sports game. I think it was called. Something like that, and there was a couple of other games. When we were playing those, I think I played Echo the Dolphin at one point as well on the cartridge.
Sweet.
So that's kind of where I wanted. That's when I got the Mega Drive collection because I remember I was in Asda one day and I saw that and I was like, I recognise this little dolphin. I was like, are these all of the games as well? And then So I bought it. It was quite cheap from what I remember, and I think I've still got it somewhere, but I don't need it now because I've got access to all the games that I were on it anyway.
Yeah.
With the Steam version. So I buy that, and I was like, oh, there's Sonic on here. Well, I'd never played these games before. Sonic 1, Sonic 2? What? What are these? And I remember being shit at them.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I never got past Marble Zone. And Sonic 2, I got to about the end of Chemical Plant Zone. I never beat those. It was strange, because I was shit back then. Now you have me playing them again, and I can just beat them in like an hour or two.
Yeah.
Well, I had some sort of weird feeling playing them. I couldn't really explain it. I don't know why I had like some sort of weird kind of feeling playing them. I couldn't really like. It's hard to explain. I don't know what it was. But something just felt a little bit odd, a little bit different playing the games. Like, I think it was just the kind of process of me playing the games back then, and like the graphical style and the music quality. You still had fun playing them though, but
yeah,
it was just getting used to them, I think. Now, something that I kind of regret, I never actually knew Sonic 3 existed until many years later. I think I was about 15. Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing. Watching some Sonic videos. I looked to my right, Sonic 3? What? Click. I was like, why have I not heard this game before? This is awesome. I don't know how because I think the Mega Drive collection only has Sonic 1 and 2. That was it. And, yeah. Never knew Sonic 3 and Knuckles existed until many years later.
It is an interesting thing, because it's clearly, well, not a lot of people think so, but it's clearly the superior game of the trilogy, and yet Sega are quite, I don't know, hush about it. They don't really bother porting it to many things unless they absolutely have to.
It is my favourite now. It's brilliant.
It's awesome.
It's amazing. Maybe it's because it's technically 2 games that they have to port.
Yeah, but they've done it before. Yeah. They've done the whole porting of both of them many times. So we
got the Mega Collection Plus there on that.
Yeah, it's. Excuse me. There's not many. It's not an old thing to them. Like they know how to do it. So it's a curious thing why they keep neglecting it. But whatever.
So I pretty much was a Sonic fan then, and I remember just like getting Unleashed, playing some of the other games, learning about more of the franchise. I wouldn't play Sonic Adventure until the Steam version, actually, if I'm honest.
Oh, yeah.
Which I've still got, and I'm still playing because of the chows.
Oh, look at the chows, man.
Because of the chow. I actually thought my chows had died because I haven't played it in a while. It's like Nintendogs. You leave it for years and you come back and they're just a pile of bones on the floor. I mean, not really. I mean, that'd be dark, but
that would be fucked up.
That's what I thought Animal Crossing would be like. Because I think I'm still in a coma in my Animal Crossing world somewhere because I've lost the cartridge.
What?
Well, I mean, when you turn the game off, you're asleep. So like, I haven't played my copy of Animal Crossing Wild World. Is it Wild World on DS for like many years? So I think my town is on fire. There's an anarchy going on. And I'm just in a coma. So I quickly became a Sonic fan, played Unleashed. And pretty much just from there, just going up the food chain of Sonic games, eating it all up and down then. I think the last game I had was Sonic Lost World, and I haven't touched Boom.
Yeah, don't bother.
I'm gonna have to eventually.
No, you don't.
I'm gonna have. I've said I'm gonna let's play every Sonic game eventually.
Fuck! It's not a Sonic game. It's a piece of shit.
It's a Boom game. Sonic boomed.
Yep.
I'd say that I'm more of a Sonic fan than a Mario fan. To be honest, I still like Mario. I still kind of play him now and then, but yeah. I find myself going back to Sonic more than Mario.
Yeah.
Which Mario's also, it's kind of thinking about it, it's kind of a similar experience because the first Mario-related thing I played was Wario Land 4. And at the same after-school club I played Rayman, they had Game Boys, and I always found myself playing the copy of Wario Land 4. I eventually got that for Game Boy, but the first actual Mario game that I'd ever actually play would be Super Mario World, the Game Boy Advance version. The Super Mario Advance series.
Yeah.
I pretty much enjoyed that, but it was hell because that game was fucking bright and hard, and
it's very tough.
Yeah, and then
Mario games are tough, man.
That's kind of when I became a Mario fan, and I've never really owned many Mario games, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bit sporadic. Oh, no. They're all back.
They're all back.
Yay. I'm just trying to think because I never really. It's kind of a bit random with the Mario games, to be honest. I don't really have like some sort of memory kind of set of like when I got specific games, and because I remember playing like Mario 64 in emulator, and then I had the DS version. Then there was New Super Mario Bros. I remember specifically having Mario Game & Watch Gallery on Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
It was just sort of random, I guess. Just randomly getting Mario games at times and playing them. There's not really much to say with Mario, to be honest.
No. I went through a similar thing. The first Mario game I ever picked up and played was Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga for...
Oh, I've been recently playing it.
And then once I found out that Mario didn't start as an RPG, it was just a platformer.
I was like, what?
I know, I was like, excuse me? And then I started playing all of the platformers. I was like, shit me, this is tough, but I'm enjoying it.
I really like the RPG games. I've only played Partners in Time and Bowser's Inside Story.
Yeah.
I want to get a 3DS for the other ones.
Oh god, that is so good. My girlfriend bought me that for my birthday. Mario and Luigi Dream Team Bros. It's so good. Honestly, it's one of my favourite 3DS games, man. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's so...
I like Tasma. And Tasma gives me a Mr. Dark vibe. Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it. But it's hard to... Again, it's hard to imagine if that's the only game you've ever played, though.
Yeah.
The franchise. If you've played others, then you notice it.
I've played... I've only played the Mario and Luigi, as I said, Partners in Time and Bowser's. I want to play the 3DS ones, and I've still got to finish Superstar Saga. Paper Jam Bros is pretty good from what I hear.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be really good. And from what I also hear, the new one that got announced, a lot of people are kind of angry with it.
New one?
Yeah, apparently there's a new one coming out, and a lot of people...
do you mean Paper Mario?
Yeah, sorry, Paper Mario, yeah.
It's because they think it's like Sticker Star all over again, and they don't fucking give it a fucking chance. You fucking fricks! But it's just, the fan base is quick to judge. I don't like that.
No.
Because it could be the best game in the world, and they're just bashing on it.
Based on looks.
Yeah. Don't judge a book by its fucking cover.
Yeah. I mean, the Bible has literally just the Bible written on it, and it's the best-selling book in history.
You just open it, it says the Bible, that's it.
Bible. Wow, what a read!
So, that's pretty much it for Mario. Like, I think Mario Kart, the Kart series is pretty fun as well. I've played a lot of those. Wii was the first one that I had. Now I've got 8. I've played the Game Boy ones. DS was the first one I had. Then I had Wii, which I really liked. Then Mario Kart 8. Those are the ones I've actually owned.
Yeah, man. I really like Mario Kart 8. Whenever I get a chance, I always play it with my girlfriend, and I never get bored of it. It's the variety of the tracks you can go on are so different and vast. And plus there's so many of them as well. There's so much to do. It's brilliant. I love it. And plus they included the 200cc, which makes it super fast. So If you're like,
and now you've
you're
got
a
200
hardcore
cc.
racer. Yeah, and if you're a hardcore racer who likes the speed, then, you got that now. You've got the super high speed Mario Kart, you got it.
I think 150cc on Mario Kart 64 was too fast.
Yeah.
It feels like 5000cc. Yeah.
Oh, Mario Kart 64, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's still a decent game.
Yeah, I remember playing that at an EGX festival, and I was just like, fuck, this is very different compared to what I've been playing before.
Yeah, the models look a bit weird. They kind of look 2D on a 3D plane in some way.
Yeah, I get the style what they were going for.
Yeah.
Perhaps they tried to slim it down using the sprites for character models so they could fit more in the game.
It works though.
Yeah, it plays, it works. It's a game.
It's a game. Mario Kart 64, it's a game.
It's a game.
Right, I put Oddworld on the list, but at the same time I was skeptical whether I should because I've already done a fucking virtual memory on it.
We could come back to it when Exodus has released a remaster.
Yeah.
And just fucking gush for an hour when we both played it.
Yeah. I think I'll leave it for now. I think I'll leave Oddworld. Sorry.
I'll save it.
Sorry, babe. Because I've pretty much said what I need to say on the other virtual memory. Like how I first got into my stuff with it and stuff. So,
if you haven't seen it, people, the very first time I had Sowhart on here, he talked about his experiences with the Oddworld franchise. Definitely listen to it because it'll give you the gist of what he went through and why he likes it, really.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of want to get more into the arcade games. Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
More Sega. Right, which one do I want to start with? Ooh, wow, how many? Well, technically there's 3 arcade games on this list, but the third one's not really arcade-based. But I'll start with Afterburner Climax.
Yes.
I also have a question to ask for you about this as well. But first, Afterburner Climax.
Yeah, let's just have a moment of silence.
I was so pissed off when it was on the market. But yeah, Afterburner Climax. The first time I ever played that was in an arcade.
Yeah.
In Bournemouth. I don't know if it's still there. That's the shame because that's probably the only way I can actually play at the moment. I remember going there, seeing that there. I was like, "Oh, this looks pretty cool." I sat on it, played it, and I died.
Yeah,
because I was terrible at it. And then, like the second time I came around to playing it, I knew what I was doing, and I got third on the leaderboard. And then I made what's the word I'm looking for? A decree, is it?
Yeah, a decree. Yeah,
that I'd get first on the leaderboard.
Yeah,
and I did. I wonder if I'm still there actually, because at that time I was pretty good at the game.
If there's anybody listening and if the arcade machine is still there, go on there and have a look at the leaderboards and send us a pic, alright? Because seriously, we need to know.
I think I'll segue into another arcade game here because it's like a similar thing. But see, Afterburner Climax is just.
It's a shame it's not on console anymore.
Technically it is.
To those who've already bought it, but to those who haven't, there's no way of getting it, which is bloody stupid.
Unless you got an arcade machine, then go on Amazon and look for those that I'll send you on Twitter.
Yeah, if you just go on eBay, Amazon, type in Afterburner Climax machine, just pay out 25 grand for that.
Well, you can find this installation discs if you got.
Oh yeah. Yes, you found those, didn't you? I didn't know they were a thing.
I was like, what is that?
Yeah, seriously, I saw that. I was like, the fuck are those? It's like, I had no idea.
It's a super fun series. I even went back and looked at the older games. It's like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Apparently there was one on PS2 from what I heard as well.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Sure. Then you had the PSP game, which was shit, apparently. But I had so much fun playing that. I got it on Xbox 360 at one point, but then I don't have that anymore because my brother sold the Xbox 360.
Oh. Just say under your breath.
So I played that religiously. A similar experience, which I'm really surprised that Sega. I think Sega made it. I'm pretty sure they did. I'm surprised that they'd ever bothered to port them to home consoles. Was the Jurassic Park Lost World arcade game?
Oh yeah,
That was
I forgot
there.
about
It was like the After Better Climax machine was just a basic one-seater chair. Because I know there was different models. There was like a two-person seat, which for multiplayer base.
yeah.
The Jurassic Park Lost World cabin. It was like the full-on car thing you could sit in and
Yeah.
play. And I remember one time I wasted a lot of my holiday money trying to beat it. I did. I managed to beat it, and that was fun. It was really fun. I've always been a fan of rail shooters, and that kind of leads on to the House of the Dead.
Yes.
Which is also an interesting kind of how I got into that. Was I actually got House of the Dead 2 from Poundland at one point,
Sweet.
and had that on PC. I was terrible at it because mouse isn't that good for it, from what I remember. It wasn't that great, but I really enjoyed it, and eventually I picked up House of the Dead 2 and 3 Returns for the Wii, which is fantastic.
It is.
And I've now got Overkill. I need to get House of the Dead 1 again and get 4. Is that on consoles?
Yeah, 4 is. I hope it is, but 4 is on PS3.
Oh, good.
And
good.
It's very good. And to those who have a Move, it's compatible with that, so you can play it like an arcade if you want.
I have played 4 in an arcade, in the same one actually, the same one in Monmouth. I didn't beat it. I was getting close to beating it, and then my brother came in, turned on the second player to waste my last credit, and purposely died.
Oh, piece of shit.
I was like on the last level, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's. I feel you. I'm sharing the pain, man. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Someone did that to me, I'd be so annoyed. It's like, you just fucking cost me. Oh. Never mind. Just...
Mm.
Yeah. Sorry.
I was quite annoyed. I was like, I felt like I could beat it, get to the end, see what happens. Because that's set before 3, isn't it?
Yeah, 4 is set before 3.
It goes
yeah.
1, 2. It goes Overkill 1, 2, 4, 3.
Yeah.
Even though Overkill's technically non-canon, but I think it is. It should be.
Yeah, it's good enough. It's got G in it. Well, a G. Every G is different, but never mind.
Really?
It's supposed to be, yeah, like each G is not the same G.
I thought it was the same one.
Because G in 2 dies, and then there's another G in 3.
Does he?
Yeah.
You don't really see him die, though.
Yeah, you do. When you get in, and he's on
Yeah,
the
but
floor,
he's on the floor. You don't properly see him die.
I just assumed he died, that's all.
Because he looks similar to the guy in Overkill. In some way.
Or maybe it's like a James Bond thing, like the higher guys that all look the same, sort of.
I guess.
Give them... Maybe. We don't know. I may have to do some digging.
I guess now to move on to more obscure titles. One of them's also an arcade shooter. There's a game called Platypus.
Platypus.
This was also another game that I got from Poundland. I've still got it because it's fan-fucking-tastic.
I have not heard of this. Please explain.
It's a claymation game, so this adds to my love for it because I actually really love claymation. This is going to lead into another.
I think I know what you're going to be talking about after this, but go on.
What?
Well, I think it might. Damn, was it not Underwood?
Close.
The name's close, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Platypus is a side-scroller shooter. At first I thought it was really childish because of the looks, but now that I know it's claymation, I'm like, this is fucking fantastic. But Platypus is a really, really good shoot 'em up. Like, it's pretty challenging later on. There's only like 4 levels on the PC version. I think there's a PSP version of it as well. But it's just like the second level. It's like you're just playing along, shooting all these enemies. In the background, you see this giant behemoth of a claymation ship just fly across, and you're like, oh my god. That's the boss of that level, isn't it? Turns out it is. But the best thing about that bit is that you pretty much are given this rocket power-up, and if you got the cannons, you can lay waste to this giant motherfucker and just destroy him instantly, and it's It's amazing. It's a really challenging game, and I really enjoyed playing it. Never got that far as a kid, but now I can beat it. I'd recommend.
I recommend
Go
this.
to ISOs only, where you can get it for free. Or just... I don't think you can really buy it anymore, unless you're lucky, I guess.
Yeah.
But, well, to move on to other claymation.
Yes.
The Neverhood.
Yes, that's it.
A game that I never knew really existed until I was watching a YouTuber called Mr. Wooden Sheep was doing a Let's Play, and I was like, oh, this is weird. And then I watched a few episodes, I was like, right, I'm stopping, I need to get this game, I need to experience it for myself. And then the live stream happened, and it was the best experience ever of my life. This game with my friends, having the best moments. The entire live streams up on my channel if anyone wants to watch it, including some highlights.
Yes.
Of the purple jelly bean.
Purple jelly bean.
Did you see that? I'm guessing you saw that then.
Yep. Anyway, moving on.
The Neverhood is it's a really strange game, but that's what makes it so good. It's just you just wake up in this house and you're on your own, just exploring this strange world, figuring out what the fuck's going on. I like that. I like a game that doesn't tell you the story from the bat. You have to figure it out, but you can figure it out instead of like making it extremely convoluted. But it's a really challenging game in terms of its puzzles, but it's really, really nice. And I'm still tempted to do like a full-on review of the game at some point, which I want to do soon.
Undertale is not Undertale.
Neverhood.
Neverhood is just, it's really unique.
Yeah.
Like the
soundtrack's amazing.
Oh, I love the soundtrack, dude. I really love it.
You can tell I had fun with it.
Oh yeah, man, it's so good. There's actually a game that got released not too long ago, and it was a Kickstarter made by this Omnicron. Yeah,
Omnicron.
Omnicron.
Omnicron's another game.
It is. So don't get that confused.
I think I've got it. I think that was the game that. No, it's not. I'm thinking something else. Never mind. Omnicron, yeah.
Omnicron.
It's a sort of spiritual kind of successor, I guess, but
it's made by the same people. Like they got together and wanted to do it again, and they did.
It's good, but it's not as good.
It's not the same.
You can't top the Neverhood. It's just not doable. It's such a shame because I'm never gonna have a live stream again that's better than the Neverhood will be. Because there's just not a game like that now.
No.
It's such a shame. It's like it was just wacky and perfect and hilarious.
Yeah.
And entertaining.
It's perfect. The way I found out about it was because I was a big Earthworm Jim fan. And
oh yeah, they made him, didn't they?
Yeah, it's the same blokes. And I just remember going into the shop, seeing a copy of Earthworm Jim 2 for Saturn and PlayStation 1, and then also seeing Neverhood on the shelf for PC in disc, and I saw the logo for the same company. I was like, oh, it's made by the same people. It's fucking sweet. And
so I robbed it.
So I robbed them all of every copy. They were a good team back then. They made some great stuff.
Then Skull Monkeys happened, which is pretty decent as well.
Yeah, that was strange. That was a strange shift. To point-and-click puzzle adventure to platformer.
Yeah. There was apparently a third one going to be made, but that was cancelled.
No.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I think they were just going to call it Neverhood 2 or something like that. No, technically, Skull Monkeys is technically Neverhood 2. So it was going to be I don't know. I think they were going to call it Neverhood 2, but Skull Monkeys is the second one, technically. I think just for fucking...
it was a strange title to give it, because they just called it Skull Monkeys, and that was
just boom. There you go.
Yeah. And it's like, not Netherhood, semicolon...
And some people didn't realise it existed because of the name.
Yeah. So it's kind of...
A name can make all the difference.
It really can.
Yeah. Well, there's one more thing on the list. And that's what I added, was Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, that's right, yeah. You jotted it down in the half-hour point.
Yeah. Lane did a...
yes, Mr. Lanekins.
Lane did a virtual memory on this. as well.
He gave us if you don't know, he gave us his go on about the Kingdom Hearts, and he gave us a ghost story as well, which kind of spooked me a bit, but that's about it. I don't like ghost stories, man.
I like some. I like the unique ones.
Like, when I say I don't like them, I mean they creep me out.
Yeah.
I enjoy them, but I'd rather not hear them. They just kind of, I don't know. Ghosts don't exist. I know they don't, but
I've seen.
You know, what if? You know, it's creepy.
What if you've seen one, then you know?
If I see one, then yeah,
I've actually seen a ghost.
Shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
Because I used to live in a Victorian house. So, you know. That's where I'll just stop there.
Just, it's creepy. Anyway. Actually, no. If you want to tell it, tell it. You know, I'm not going to stop you.
I don't remember.
You don't...
I don't remember how it went.
Fucking perfect.
That's
I know
from
a
memory.
Story. Tell me. I don't fucking know.
Virtual memory. To find is to lose and to lose is to find and to find is to lose.
Oh, God.
But no, I actually don't remember. I just remember it happened.
It happened. Yeah. That's all you know.
Can't prove me wrong.
Can't prove you right either.
Yeah, anyway, Kingdom Hearts. Well, it was another case of going to Asda and picking up a game then. I think only after, like, Christmas, the first one that comes to my mind of Kingdom Hearts is getting the game for the first time. And it was on Christmas, and you know how you have, like, as a kid, you did, like, end up having lots of these chocolate trays. Like, did you ever have what I'm thinking of?
Give more context, because right now all I'm thinking about is chocolate. This is...
You know, those Cadbury chocolate trays of just...
Oh, those... Yeah, sorry.
I had a lot of them on that one Christmas. Specifically, a lot of them having white Maltesers. Do those even exist anymore?
Yeah, they did exist, I remember.
I mean, do they exist anymore?
I don't know if they exist anymore.
But I remember having loads of them, specifically.
Yeah, they were good.
And I just remember, like, sitting in my old room on a shitty TV. It was like one of those, you know, like the curvy TVs.
Oh yeah, the classic box CRT stuff.
I had my bedding on the floor, because I don't know why, I just like to wrap myself up in my bedding on the floor. With all this chocolate playing Kingdom Hearts. I had no fucking idea what I was doing.
You're having a good time, that's what you were doing, man.
The first thing I had the intro was fucking confusing. And I spent about 5 hours trying to get to the actual game, because it was fucking confusing. And then I died a lot because I was shit at RPGs. And I still am to this day. You know, I mean, I'm better, and I actually understand how to play the games, but, you know, an interesting thing is that I lost my copy of Kingdom Hearts 1 halfway into the game. Couldn't find it. Bought Kingdom Hearts 2. Was fucking confused.
Because so much happens.
Yeah. Because I didn't know Chain of Memories existed. That's part of the reason. But I was really confused. But I picked it up, and then I beat Kingdom Hearts 2, found my copy of Kingdom Hearts 1. It was in another game case. I don't know how it got in there. But then I beat Kingdom Hearts 1. I was like, okay, now what? I was like, this doesn't make sense. Like, the ending of this doesn't correspond to the start of Kingdom Hearts 2. Many years later, what's Chain of Memories? What? Because that's the issue with Kingdom Hearts, is that it was on so many consoles. It was like, okay, Kingdom Hearts 1's on PS2. Okay, that's good. I got the PS2. Oh, what's this? Chain of Memories on the Game Boy. Okay, I gotta get the Game Boy. Okay, Kingdom Hearts 2, it's on the PS2. That's good, I got a PS2. What's next? This one's going to be on 3DS, this one's going to be on DS, this one's going to be on the PSP, this one's going to be, you know...
It was scattered. It was like an explosion.
But now the kids have got it good.
They got it good.
Now you've got 1.5, 2.5, and the upcoming 2.8 collections.
Yep. It's all in one place.
Well, except for the DS ones. Because those are just cutscenes. But I really enjoy the Kingdom Hearts series, and I can't wait for free.
Yeah, man, it's funny that, because for a long time, Kingdom Hearts was in the I call it the sequel lol bin, and it's like you know when they always say, well, this is coming, and it's like, there's no proof of that. For a while, Shenmue did that. It's like, Shenmue 3 is coming. It's like, it's not, mate. And then it happened. Same with Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 3, no one's talking about it, and then it happened.
Yeah, still waiting.
All we need now is Half-Life 3 to be confirmed, and then the bin is empty.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it. But that's not going to happen because Valve are lazy cunts.
I heard that Valve said that they're not going to make it.
Yeah, Valve said they're not going to do a lot of stuff.
They're not even finished with Half-Life 2 Episode 3. So why I don't get why people want Half-Life 3 when they aren't even done with the episodic Half-Life 2 yet.
How long has it been since they've released anything of Half-Life?
I'll have a check actually.
It's been a while.
Video game Wikipedia.
I know they teamed up with that bloke to make Black Mesa, which was the HD remaster of the first one.
Yeah.
Well, not ish, HD-ish. It was better looking.
Well, the main series Half-Life. Then you have Opposing Force, Blue Shift, Decay, Half-Life 2, then Episode 1, Episode 2. There was supposed to be Episode 3 and then Half-Life 3.
Right.
But they never made Episode 3, so they can't make Half-Life 3.
Yes.
Unless Half-Life 3 would be Episode 3, I don't know, fucking know.
Maybe.
Interesting thing to think about, Half-Life is basically the only kind of original thing that Valve have made.
Yeah, this is true.
Because everything else is used to be a mod of Half-Life. Like Counter-Strike was a mod. I'm pretty sure Left 4 Dead was a mod at first.
Yep.
Team
Fortress a mod.
Team Fortress was a mod. Yeah.
Portal was a mod.
Actually, no, Portal was not back at the drop at first.
Yeah, sorry.
And then
excuse me. Yeah.
Valve were like, make us Portal.
Make this a Portal.
So they're lazy.
So we can feed Gabe. He's getting hungry.
Yeah.
He's in the back. Gabe, hungry.
Gabe, eat steam salad.
Fucking, what was that anyway?
I don't know. There's a lot of memories of Kingdom Hearts game back there that I remember a lot. Specifically, mostly Kingdom Hearts 2 scene. That's my favourite one currently. Beating Scar up.
Oh yes, Laney Kins mentioned the same thing, and I looked it up afterwards. It's very nice.
Yeah, it was it's satisfying. It's really satisfying. That is. I only recently watched The Lion King actually.
God, The Lion King's so fucking cool.
Yeah. The second one was actually alright as well.
I never gave those a shot.
In your panties.
I'll give them a shot. I mean, if you enjoyed them, there's got to be.
I haven't seen the third one yet, but I don't want it because it's exactly the same as the first one.
Oh.
It's 1.5 HD remix.
It's a 1.5 HD remake, master. Boot.
But yeah, that's the list. What? It took us more time to talk about the first three than the rest.
I don't know how that happened, man. I guess you had more
Quick,
to say, but
speak about more things.
I'm not going to mention that. It's kind of personal.
Hey, look, I spoke about personal things in mine. It's your turn.
I don't think people want to know about my toilet time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When I'm on the toilet, I like to play
when a man's
games.
in toilets. What?
I like to play Temple Run on the shitter.
I'm going to sound that. I'm going to sample that. That's. I'm going to sample that, put that right at the start of this podcast. And then it just jumps to the.
I actually want to ask, what is with the background?
Oh, that's on the Sega Saturn. When you turn it on without a game inside, you get this hub, and there's a section where you can say hide the hub, and then it just turns into this screensaver of this spaceship flying around. It's weird. Don't know why they added that, but yeah, I just thought instead of trying to capture footage of every game ever spoken about, which is a lot harder than it sounds, just to stick it in the podcast. I thought I'd just do that with the logo.
There's a lot of consoles have interesting kind of hidden things with them. I mean, you got like PS2 with descending to hell itself when you've. Actually, one thing about the PS2 recently found out. You know how whenever you turn the game on, you'd have all those cubes.
Yeah.
That would change. Like I understood that, like how it worked. Like I thought it was just a randomly chosen kind of screen that you'd get. Like, because I've seen other people have different amounts of cubes and stuff. And I think at one point there was like one with just one massive one. But I actually recently found out what that represents. But the cubes represents your memory card storage.
Oh.
So I put a memory card in, turned it on. There were all these cube towers. Like, the more data you use on the memory card, the higher the towers got, and the more towers appeared. I took the memory card out, there was nothing there.
Right.
It's like, the more memory cards you got on your PlayStation, the more cubes. And I think if you hook up like a HDD to the PS2, there'd be like tons of them everywhere.
Holy shit.
It's actually really clever, and it's a nice little gimmick. Nice little, just little teeny tiny little
things. They do that with a lot of stuff, don't they? They just add unnecessary little quirks.
Like the GameCube holding Z on all four controllers while turning it on.
Yeah, it turns the GameCube intro screen into just turns it into something else.
Yeah.
There's something you could do with the Dreamcast as well. If you own a Japanese version of Puyo Pop Fever for the Dreamcast, and you boot it up inside the disc without telling the Dreamcast to activate the disc the moment you turn it on, then the hub turns isometric 3D and you can spin the whole thing around. It's a very weird looking thing. I don't know why it does it for just that game either. It's why they did it. Don't know why. Why? There's no point, but
guess it just had fun.
Yeah, I kind of miss it because you can't really do that with new stuff like the Wii and PS4, and they don't. It's kind of basic.
I would like a console. You know how the Steam Sega Mega Drive collection is like now, with the house. Yeah, and how you got things like Anarchy Arcade and stuff on Steam, which turns your desktop into a living room with all your games. I would like a console that does that.
Oh, that would be sweet.
And I'm pretty sure, I think PlayStation tried that with PlayStation Home, but it didn't go too well. But I would like a system that, when you first boot it up, you're in just like a house with nothing in it, but then you put a disc in, and like an arcade machine would just install into your house. That'd be fucking amazing.
Oh, I'd fucking love that.
Because that's essentially what Anarchy Arcade is. If it's a free thing that you can get. You just choose a house. It's empty, but then you can spawn in a Steam game that you've got in your library, and it spawns in like an arcade machine of that game.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. It's really cool.
That should just be the default Steam library.
If you can run it, that is.
Oh yeah, true. That's probably why they haven't done that.
Which is a good thing about the Steam thing, the Steam Mega Drive collection, is how you can have the simple launcher or the house.
Oh, yeah.
But
you have a choice.
I kind of hope they change that, because you can't use mods on the simple launcher. And I want to play my Sonic the Very Useful Engine.
Dude, you got to play that the Sunky trilogy, man. That's where it's at. Fucking Sunky.
I mean, take the piss out of an EXE. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, well, I'd like that to happen. That would be a nice thing.
25th anniversary, Sunky the Hedgehog.
Sunky
Next game confirmed.
Oh my Christ, could you imagine? Because they're going to announce what the game is on the 22nd of July. Could you imagine? It's like, new game, Sunky!
Nah.
Fuck!
Big. It's Big's Fishing Derby, the full experience.
It's like a 40 gig game. It's
This is
huge. It's
It's bigger than Legend of Zelda.
yeah.
Breath of the Wild.
It's just Big the Cat fishing.
For like,
I'd buy that.
it's like a 2 million hour game in real time. Big just fishing.
Holy shit. Oh, they would kill themselves if they did that. That would be the suicide game. Oh my word.
The death of Sonic.
It would be. Oh man.
Not even
I'm
boom.
looking forward
It's enough. I kind of hope the Fire Ice is better. But
People who played it at E3 say it's quite fun and it's a lot better than the other handheld version. So people are alright with it.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Wait and see. We've got a month until we see what it is.
Anyway, well, that's basically everything on this, but I do have a question to ask.
Yep.
Like, do you still have Afterburner Climax on your PS3?
I do.
Would you be like a god? Would you be willing to game share it?
How do you game share?
It's interesting because I'll actually go into what game sharing is. Originally, Sony had it so when you bought a game, you could install it on 4 systems, any one system. So say if you bought a game and you wanted to do some sort of LAN kind of, say like you bought an FPS and you had 3 friends, or you wanted to do like a LAN thing, you could go to their house and then install it onto their systems. Then you all could play it, and you all owned it for like easy for this. I think they recently changed it so you couldn't. I think it was just less than 4 now, but it still works. You just go onto their system and install the game.
Right.
So it works like that.
Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. I'll try. I'll look into it and try. We'll try after this. I'm not sure how it'll go. I hope it works. I
mean, all I have to do is make a new user on my PS3. Probably just called it Other. Then I would have to sign into your PSN, but then I'll not remember the password afterwards. Yeah.
God, that's even if I remember mine. I'm going to be there for a while.
It should work then.
Yeah. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed listening, everybody.
What?
Nothing.
Like on outro.
I brain farted, alright? It's been a long day. Anyway, yeah, this was Sowhart. More cheeky memories from his sack of
cheeky Nando's.
Nando's chicken.
This is actually the not virtual memories, cheeky memories.
It's cheeky.
The
memories.
kinky bootleg. I don't know.
Oh my! Kinky bootleg cheeky memories.
Valentine's special. There you go. There's something you can do next year then.
Holy crap! Yeah, I'm
Get
on
your
it.
girlfriend on.
Valentine's special.
Do a Valentine's cheeky memory special.
Cheeky memories. I'd have to put a disclaimer. I'm ending this now. Thank you for watching, listening, whatever.
Well, I mean, they could be watching the little spaceship that's probably flying around the screen right now.
I call him Terry.
What? Terry. I hope you know I'm called Sega.
Yeah, you're Terry, mate.
Fine.
Fine.
Anyway.
This always drags on.
Yeah.
We're going.
Did you know that?